I think a lot of people understand how toxic it is. They know if, you know, and you're in a chemistry lab, if it spills, you clear the building, you get the hazmat suits and this and that. So how did it get from that point to being, okay, we can put it in people's mouths, and where did it become acceptable to, you know, to be used in that fashion?
Ignorance is one of the things. The dentist, when I went to dental school, I was taught that I was using the safe kind of mercury. And there is no safe kind of mercury, because mercury will change from one form to another depending on whether there's acid in the solution. You know, when you swallow, isn't there acid in the solution? You know, whether it's base, what kind of other molecules around. So, you know, there is no safe kind of mercury. It's kind of like the safe kind of rattlesnake. They don't make them.
So what should people do that have it still in their mouths? I mean, there's people my age that have had it in their mouths for decades.
This is very important, is that if you had a World War II bomb in your basement, you don't go down with a hammer and see if you can get rid of it. Is that removing mercury fillings has to be done in a very careful, safe fashion. Otherwise, you get a huge dose of mercury that if you think you might not like mercury, you sure wouldn't like a huge dose. And individuals that I personally know who've had their fillings removed incorrectly have developed mercury-related diseases such as idiopathic dilated cardiomyopathy, the most common reason to need a heart transplant. A physician friend of mine would have died if he hadn't had a heart transplant 2 weeks after he had his fillings removed, or it started to decline then, and then he was on the respirator for months until they finally found a donor heart. But you know, this isn't magic. If you take that heart and slice it up, there are 22,000 times more mercury in an IDCM heart than a normal heart that died of a heart attack. Well, you don't even know that the heart attack wasn't mercury related, so you know, 22,000. If I took and injected your heart with 22,000 times more mercury than an ordinary heart, it would make your heart sick and die. It's insane. So, oh, you can't prove that caused this. I don't want to prove that caused this. Just don't expose yourself to mercury.